Stephen, we came into this game trying to make a positive impact after last week, but start off with the worst possible start you could ever ask for. What what are you saying to the lads after Higgy gets sent off and we lose that goal?
I think it is as you say, the worst possible start to a game. If you were ever going to go 10 men, today wasn't it in terms of the weather. I felt for the boys that stayed on the pitch, but you can't legislate for the start. It's really some defenders didn't have their mind on it. We asked them to play a certain way right for the off. They didn't do it. We went long. The header came straight back. We weren't tight up against them. Came in the box. Had time to turn. The other centre half didn't get close to them. They go 1-0 up, and you're going. For the work we put in all week, you actually can't believe it in terms of how much preparation went into this game. And after 1 minute 15 seconds, I think it was, that they go 1-0 up. So it's really it's devastating, in fact, that we had that start. But you think that's bad enough. I think we've still got enough the players on the pitch to go and turn that around. No problem on this pitch. And then centre half misses it, and then Daniel Higgins pulls him back, and quite rightly gets sent off. And you go, wow, it's an uphill climb after 4 minutes, where you're down to 10 men in blistering heat. We tried to keep 2 up front to always have a threat. And the message at half time was we took Forbes and Craig Bryson off because we felt as if we were that low, we wanted energy to go and support. And I thought we started the second half really well in that respect, in terms of Ewan and Thomas Orr, and having Matty in behind with Will. I thought we were a real threat on the break, and we actually took the wind out their sails a wee bit with that. And I felt as if we could really get something, even if we kept it 1-0 for as long as possible. But it kind of sums up the defending for the day. That second goal, striker goes down the side, ball comes in, don't deal with the striker that's in, flicks it over Nicky's head and scores. It's just criminal defending, and that was the story of the day. And if you defend like that and you start the game with that mindset, then you're going to get punished. And I really feel let down today with some players. I really do, because we put a lot of preparation into this. We really do, and that's how I feel a bit at this moment in time. That I feel really let down, and I feel sorry for some of the players. Not them all, to be fair, but I feel sorry for some of them in terms of having to run about and chase shadows for practically 88 minutes.
And a good turnout for the essential sport as well. Have you got any words for them?
I mean, listen, these days can happen in terms of, Daniel Higgins has come in. If you were going to describe an absolute nightmare debut, that would be it. So obviously he's no meant it, the boy. These things can happen, and straight after that, it's just the days. It's just inevitable, really. We tried our best, but it's inevitable with the start we've had. But obviously the fans will be disappointed, quite rightly so. But I think they'll hopefully see within, even when we had 10 men, the boys were still trying to build it. We were still keeping the ball, especially first half. That's no easy in this heat, and still getting in our shape and still looking dangerous enough on the counter. So we apologise to them for the start, but the boys, there's no doubt the boys gave their tank, and it's disappointing for some of them, that I feel sorry for them, because you can't go into a game with that mindset. I've been off it so much. And
despite conceding 3, I thought Connor Brennan was fantastic. He kept the score down and a few big saves.
Connor's been one of the ones that you go, yep, he's got pass marks for the league started. Made some terrific saves. He knows, he's the type of guy that he's quite forthcoming in terms of his progress. He wants to get better on the ball, his feet, which we're working with him, and he's quite happy to keep progressing in that respect. But one thing you can't fault is his shot stopping. Some of his saves were absolutely brilliant, and it kept us in the game. And with that, again, you're expecting to defend our box and defend strikers better at 1-0 and keep us in the game, because the longer it goes 1-0, they start getting nervy and edgy, and that was the message we said to the players. And like I say, I'll reiterate it, I thought we looked really dangerous on the break at the start of the second half, but once that goes 2-0, in this heat, 10 men, you know, it's good night, and that's the way it happened. Obviously, they get a third again, comical defending again for a throw in, which you would think we're set up, we're solid. But listen, the boys know in there, they're good lads. But like I says, a few of them let me down today.
Finally, I think it's just kind of putting this game in the back burner and going into next week's game.
That's it. You know, it's as much as we're all hurting, and these games are never easy. But when these things happen, you know, it happens to. You've seen it across the world in football. You know, somebody gets sent off in the first 3 minutes. You've just got to take it in the chin. You try and set up as best as you can, try and hit in the counter. But it's a day we want to forget and move on to a big game next week at home, back to our home fans.
Honestly, as always, Stephen. Thanks.
Cheers.